Now, if you're more of a list person, I went ahead and put all these steps into a list so we can go through those real quick here. So again, the right atrium is where we will start in our blood flow. When we get to the right atrium, either through the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, or the coronary sinus. Then we pass through tricuspid valve. The other name for that is the right atrioventricular valve. Then we hit the right ventricle, which will pump us up through the pulmonary semilunar valve. At that point, we are entering the pulmonary trunk. After the pulmonary trunk, we'll pick the right or the left pulmonary artery, whichever one we choose. Then that will take us either to the right or left lung where gas exchange is going to occur. So one important thing is if you go to the right side, if you say right pulmonary artery, your next step wouldn't be the left lung because you wouldn't skip over to the other side of the body. One thing I want to point out here is before number 7, all of these steps right here, 1 through 6, that is all deoxygenated. We'll just put deoxy. Because we are getting pumped to the lung to pick up oxygen. So at number 7, gas exchange is occurring. We are picking up that oxygen. So for number 8 and beyond, that will be oxygenated. And so after we come from the lung, we will have the right or the left pulmonary vein. After that, we end up in the left atrium. Then we're going to pass through another valve, which is the bicuspid valve, or it is also the left atrioventricular valve or the mitral valve. At that point, we have passed into the left ventricle. The left ventricle is going to pump the blood through the aortic semilunar valve, and at that point, you are in the ascending aorta. Now, depending on where you're going, your number 14 is going to be different. Now, one thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to try to list a few examples of different places we can go with our blood flow, so be on the lookout for that. But that's just going to conclude this blood flow lecture.